What's up, you guys? In this video, we're going to be talking about how yesterday you said that you'll do it today and your procrastination. Now, if you can't handle this video, keep it moving because it's going to get real. So, a lot of people, they want to start something, but they're waiting for the perfect opportunity. You're sitting back and you're like, I'm waiting for this perfect moment to happen. I'm waiting till it feels right. I'm waiting till the moment and the timing is correct for me to really move and get into what I want to get into. And sometimes that is the case because you already got so much on your plate that you truly just have to wait until you have more time to be able to put the effort in and to be consistent in what you want to work on. But it's another thing when you already have the time and the effort, but yet you're trying to procrastinate. You're out there, you're playing the game, you over there hanging out with your friends, you're going out and doing things that you have no business doing, but yet you're like, oh, I don't see why I'm not getting to the goals that I want to get to, and seeing why I want to get to the place that I want to get to is because you're procrastinating. You're coming to a place where you're trying to overcompensate yourself into all these other things that you're like, I don't know where I can put my time in to be able to devote it to myself. And you're trying to come to this place where you're like, look, I want to wait for the perfect moment. That way I feel right whenever I do this. And the thing is that there's a difference in trying to wait for the right moment and just being lazy. And right now, I think that you just being lazy. The things that you've wanted to do, like going to the gym, you're like, yeah, I would go to the gym, but I just worked all day today, so I feel tired. I'm just not going to go. But I would go to the gym, but I did this and this today. And the thing is that the discipline comes in when you don't want to do things that you know you're supposed to do. And the thing is that whenever you're sitting there and you think about life and you think about how far you came or how far you want to go, it comes with discipline. It comes with you being there for yourself, showing up there for yourself. Because the thing is that whenever you're sitting there and it's just you in your room, or late at night, you're in your own head and you're thinking about, why am I still here? Why am I still in the same position that I told myself I didn't want to be in? It's because you were being lazy. You weren't disciplined. You weren't being consistent in the things that you want to be in. And so to get where you want to get to, you can't be procrastinating. And I know it's hard because I do the same thing. I have my moments where I don't want to do things too, but that's where I have to hold myself accountable. Because holding myself accountable is how I know I'm gonna get where I need to be. If you don't have those right people around you to hold you accountable, that know what you want to do and to know where you want to go, but yet they're the type of people that kind of just let you do whatever, or they're the type of people that's distracting you in itself, then you need to switch out your friend group. And if you're also the type of person that's like, look, I don't even see the point or see the value of me devoting into myself, or I'll say investing into myself, then you need to switch your own values and your own ideas about yourself, because you're going to be that type of person that's going to be sitting there while everyone else is getting better. You're going to be that person sitting there on the couch, sitting there in your bed, lazy, unmotivated, no progress or minimal progress. So understand that whenever you're going through life and you're trying to figure out why you're not where you want to be, it's because you're procrastinating. And procrastination is going to get you nowhere. It's going to get you delayed appointments with yourself. Oh, I was supposed to go to the gym. Oh, I was supposed to go to this meeting. I was supposed to talk to this person. I was supposed to go out and I was supposed to, whatever your life case is, you know what you're procrastinating on. But yet, you're okay with procrastinating. You're okay with being comfortable. You're okay with just letting life pass you by instead of going after the things you know you're supposed to go after. So don't sit there and complain about why you're not where you want to be at, but yet you're okay with passing time by. You're okay with just chilling when you know you should be working. You're okay with, things just happening with no direction. And what I realize is that a lot of people, whenever they come to life and they come to their senses of what they're supposed to be doing in life for them to be able to be great or for them to be successful, they realize that it's hard. They realize that it's, something that's not just anybody can do. Because a lot of people, they want to do it, but not anybody can do it, or else everyone would be successful. Everyone would be, at that top tier level of being in the top tier shape, or being in that top tier position at their job, or being in that top tier position financially, being that big influencer for a lot of people, right? And it's because a lot of people, they don't really want it that bad. And if they do want it bad, they realize that it gets hard, so they start procrastinating. They're like, okay, well, I know that it's going to take for me to drop a new video every single day, for me to really blow up on content creating. I know that it's going to take me going to the gym for me to work on my body. I know that it's going to take me going to school and going through the late nights and the hard works and the the tests for me to pass this certain degree that I need. But I don't really want to do it because that means it requires focus, it requires discipline, it requires next level attention from me that I don't feel like I can even give right now. I just want to live life. I'm young, I want to go out and I want to party, I want to live life, right? But yet, you're going to turn 25, you're going to turn 27, 30, and be like, man, I wasted my 20s. I wasted my years to where I could have been promoting myself to be better. I could have been doing more for myself to be better. And yet here I am feeling like life is just starting at 28, at 30. That's not the position that you want to be in. And the thing is that a lot of people are there. A lot of people don't even start building their credit till a later age. A lot of people don't know about financial literacy until a later age. A lot of people don't build up their skill sets until a later age because they feel like at a young age, that's their time to just live life. That's their time to just go out, to waste time, to go out and do whatever they want to do. But yet it starts to catch up with them after, because then they're like, oh man, I should have been investing in myself a lot sooner. I should have been coming to a place where I knew these things at a younger age, and I wonder how far I would be, you know? And the thing is that if you're not around the right people, you don't have the right influences. And I'm going to say this so often because it's so key. If you don't have the right help around you, then it's going to be very hard for you to move forward in life, because you're going to be stuck on your own ways, stuck in your own thoughts without no sense of direction. The thing is that you're going to have a way of living, but it's because of that's how you want to live it. But you don't know if that's truly correct or not, because you don't have the guidance or the help that you're going to need, you know? And that's one thing that I had to learn, you know, especially as a man. You try to do a lot of things on your own because you're kind of taught and raised like, as a man, you should do this, right? As a man, you should be figuring out life on your own. You should be strong no matter what happens to you. You should be able to stand on your own business without having to depend on someone else, right? Emotions are just for weakness. And you start learning all these type of things, but at the same time, you realize that you also need help, whether that's from other men or even from women. And the thing is that for me, I grew up in a household of females. So, you know, I always had to try to be the man of the house and try to be, you know, the protector, or try to be the emotional stabilizer all the time. And I think that I've always tried to just be like, okay, well, I got to depend on myself, you know, and I got to make sure that I can be able to be the man that I need to be for them. But at the same time, it would take away from my own emotional side. I wouldn't know who to go to for emotions. I wouldn't know who to go to express what's going on in life. And I would kind of just go through it by myself. And maybe I would have like a friend of mine that I'd vent to, or like, you know, I'd have a way to express to. But at the same time, I didn't really have the help that I knew that I would want or that I needed. And that's because I put myself in that position. I didn't apply myself to be able to get help. And so be in a position where you're like, I'm okay with being helped. I'm okay with being the help. Because a lot of people, they're like so used to just taking the help, or so used to just taking from people, that they don't know what it's like to give help, what it's like to give advice, what it's like to give time and devotion to other people. And so be the person that knows how to do both. Be the person that is okay, like I said, with being helped, because being helped is going to help you in the long run. And you might not see it, you might not understand it, but, you know, understand that it is very, very, very important when it comes to that. So I know I strayed away from the video a little bit, but refrain from procrastinating. You know, you're wasting time. You're being lazy. You're coming to that place where you're like, I don't see where I want to be at. And that's because you're not where you want to be at. But that's because you're not putting yourself in a position to be where you want to be. You're okay with being lazy. You're okay with being stuck where you're at. And even if you're working out what you want to work at, then you're not putting in the full effort. You know, you're putting in effort, sure, but you put in the minimum and then expect maximum results. And that's one thing that's not going to work. You're trying to find the quick buck. That's what I've heard before. try to find something that's going to work out and it's going to be real quick. You blow up, right? You make a lot of money off of a stock, and you're like, man, what's going to be the quickest, easiest way for me to excel in life? Because I know that I don't want to put the work in. And that's where the mind starts to find the easy ways in life. You start finding the procrastination moments because you're like, well, I mean, it feels easier to just not do this. It feels easier to just pass it by and act like I don't need to do this. But if you challenge yourself and change it to be like, look, I need to do this to build blank, then it's going to alter your mindset to be like, look, this is where we need to be. This is what we need to be doing. And it changes your entire trajectory of your success level because you're not like everybody else. You're not that type of person that's just going to sit there and let life pass you by. So I say all those things to say, don't say, I'm going to do it tomorrow and not show up for yourself. That's the only person you're not showing up for. No one else knows what else you're not doing. No one else knows the things that you're trying to work on to be like, oh, hey, remember when you said this? Like, no one knows that. That's just you. So you have to show up for yourself every single day. Put yourself in a position where you know that you can win, where you can know that you can progress, where you know that you'll get better and continue to move from there. So that's really all I got for you guys. Follow me on Instagram or really any socials. It'll be King Malone. And until then, I will catch y'all in the next video.